clear a witness on an aggravated battery.
What we're looking at here is pre-made harness that I make up for the Ford SUPERDUTYs with the upfitters. Basically underneath the dash on the right hand side there's a ground stud. In fact, you would put your ground wire there and you would take these two wires here, connect them to the two upfitter wires underneath the dash of your choosing. This comes around underneath the seat, popular spot, back seat. You have your two connectors to run the very popular Whelen Strobe box and many other strobe boxes it'll run as well. Power and ground, front and rear, two switches. What this allows you to do is you don't have to run a separate power to the battery for the strobe box or to the fuse box or any of that. It just simplifies the wiring. You can power this box with only the two fitter wires, and you don't need the extra power wire that comes with it. This works perfectly fine for any Ford SUPERDUTY with the upfitter wiring. Okay, what we're looking at here is a power harness switch kit. Basically, when we get these Whelen boxes that are so popular, they don't come with any size 6 inches of wire. They give you 4 strobe light wires. Of course, you know, go ahead and use those. I never use the connections at the bulbs. I always tear them off and use these heat shrink ones that have a sealant inside. So first thing, you need 12 of those for a 4-corner system. Then you can take the 2 pigtails, toss them in a parts box, and normally I'll make this up before I get to the truck. It works best for Fords, but it'll also work in the Chevy. It's got a wire here. You run this underneath the driver's seat, poke out of the carpet right down about there. Got a red connector and a white connector on it. The red connector is your power connector. White connector is your pattern and switches. To change a pattern, you just take this yellow wire and touch it to the top of this fuse right here. That'll bump your patterns. This box most commonly has a random pattern. Everybody seems to like that one the best. It cycles through about 5 of them every 30 seconds. But go ahead and change it if you like. The low power option is pretty useless. Nobody ever uses it, so I don't even bother to wire it because you really don't even notice the difference. Got about 6 or 7 feet of wire here to go from the driver's seat up to the dashboard panel. At the dashboard panel, you got your 2 switches. One of them is going to run 2 strobes. The other one's going to run the other 4. What strobes they run directly relative to where you put the strobes in the box. You got a 2 conductor wire. On a Fords or a lot of other trucks, you can find a ground right underneath the dash. Ground this somewhere, self-tapping screw, or much nicer is a factory ground stud. This then goes to the fuse. Almost always use the fused side of the cigarette lighter fuse. You pull the fuse out, you put this on it, reinsert the fuse. Now you have added this to the cigarette lighter circuit. This box really doesn't pull much amps at all. Usually about 5 to 6 amps, if that, if you're running all 6 of them. So it's more than capable to add on to an existing fuse circuit. So once again, the drop-in power switch harness for the Whelen series of strobe light supplies. This will fit many other strobe light supplies too. This configuration here that Whelen uses is quite common among strobe supplies.